Welcome to Year Endless. I am your host, William Ginsberg, joined by my co-host, Courtney Chappell. On Year Endless, we delve into musical and personal history by diving into best of lists from print and online publications through the years. How are you doing today, Courtney?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Same. So today's list is from Blender.com, from Blender magazine. It is the 100 greatest indie rock albums ever. This list is from December of 2007. The important placement for this list, what is included, what's not included. A question I want to ask you is, what is indie rock?
Well, what does indie stand for? It stands for independent. It is independent music, usually music on an independent label, or that isn't part of a corporate established label, I would think, right?
Yeah, I think that's, yeah.
But then I'm looking at this music and I'm like,
But yeah, over time, I think after this list was written, there's going to be more that sound indie but aren't on independent labels. And then for a long time, it was mostly guitar bands.
Right.
More recently, there's a lot more synths and other non-guitar instruments. Most of the artists on this list are, not all of them, and not our number 100, but most of them are male-led bands.
Right.
And most of them white as well.
That's very true. Mm-hmm.
Do you want to read off their...
I want to read that thing. I want to read off the little blurb at the beginning of the list, if I may.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The list starts off, it says mumbled lyrics, couldn't care less strumming, white dudes in sweaters. What's not to love about indie rock? Born 25 odd years ago in suburban garages and spread via college radio, it has made distortion into something hummable, boredom into something thrilling, and aimlessness into a raison. Oh my gosh, the French. Will you please say this word?
Raison d'entrée?
Yeah.
I'm bad with French too.
Raison d'entrée. Okay, good. Raison d'entrée. That's what we'll say for my son. And these days, thanks to blogs and the fine people at Grey's Anatomy, it's more popular than ever. This was written in 2007, right?
Yes.
Okay. From Kurt to Sufjan, Stipe to the White Stripes, Blender presents the definitive indie rock user's guide. Okay.
Yes.
And it's by John Dolan, Josh Eels, Will Hermes, Jonah Weiner or something, and Douglas Walk.
I looked up the writers of the list.
Okay.
A lot of them still write about music for other magazines, or some of them, I think one of them wrote a book about Marvel Comics. Others of them have been published all around.
Okay, comic book guys.
Music criticism. Yeah, that are still working today. Starting with number 100, and I would say probably the worst album, but maybe the best on this whole list.
Yes.
No, not.
No, well, some people think it is best. Like, I have friends, and this is their favorite band. Shout out to my friend Jody. This is her favorite band. And it's not ironic. This is the music that speaks to her. She loves it. It makes her happy. Starting off, we have The Shags, Philosophy of the World, which I think is their only album.
Yeah, I believe so. And there's some other recordings that were eventually also released, but this is the only
definitive.
Yeah. They said, because of Zero Aptitude, the Wiggins sisters made an accidental masterpiece of screwed up, desperate self-expression. Yeah, yes. I mean, their father wanted them to be a successful band, but none of them really had the talent for music.
And this is I recommend everyone listening to, because there's actually a composer that Shane's friends with who organizing a tour where they reunite and play this music. But what will really stand out to you, if you haven't heard them before, is that the drummer is holding it down at one tempo and the two sisters are playing, I'm going to say kind of at a different tempo, but are also in their own time, like top of this simple beat that's kind of just his motor. It's like his movements are all correct and they're in one solid tempo. And then it's like listening to two different tracks at once, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Wow, listening to it for the first time, because I've known about it for years, but finally listening to it, it is fascinating. The vocals, which are strange, but they do remind me of later garage bands.
Totally.
Musically, it's just so strange to listen to. It sounds like nothing else, really. I mean,
It does. Yeah, the tone of the guitar, I don't know what the instrumentation is exactly, but it's this a little bit tinny and lo-fi, kind of a 60s garage sound. But yeah, it seems very influential. Many bands.
very strange. Number 99 is Dream Syndicate, The Days of Wine and Roses from 1982. Do you want to read the little blurb?
Yes, these LA amp torturers loved drudgy late 60s rock, but their pouty new wave aspect made the throwback seem cool. I've always heard of people listening to them. I think they used to play them on my college radio station, V89, but I can't think what they sound like. Are you familiar?
Heard of them for years, and I'd listened to the singer in a different band, but while going over this is the first time I've actually listened to it. Do you want to pull up one of their songs?
Let's do it.
These are
that they have. I'm gonna do a different
from the same album, though, right?
Yeah, let's do the same album. Well, let's do the one. Okay, I realize now this was actually used in like an ad or a station announcement for V89. This song was used, like they'd be like do some little skit and this is V89 and play the intro to the song.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, that song's more into the new wave aspect, into the late 60s side of things.
What are they from, the 60s? I need to get into this band. I really like.
They're from the 80s.
Okay.
But they're influenced by, the genre name I'd given was the Paisley Underground of bands in California influenced by 60s like Crosby, Stills and Nash, and then other type of band, and part of the revival of jangle rock, jangle pop. But yeah, because I know the singer from listening to the Baseball Project, a band that super group that writes songs about baseball and from different aspects. It's some like history of there's a love song in one of them, which is extended metaphor, using a baseball metaphor. It's very cute. Number 8 on this list is one I'm not too familiar with. I've heard of the artist, the album Viva Lost Blues by Palace Music on the label Drag City, released in 1995.
Yes, I am familiar. I had a cassette tape, and this guy had written Palace on it. He's the same guy who told me about, he got me into Tom Waite and Patti Smith. That was the same summer. I believe it was the summer of 95. So, and I've got it. Do you want to hear a snippet?
Sure.
Okay. We all know, before I do this, we all know Will Oldham, right?
Yes, I know them, but I haven't gotten into his music yet.
Yes. So this is one of his projects, and here we go.
Yeah,
you get it.
Yeah, it reminds me of. It's probably influenced things that I'm already into.
Yes.
I mean, sometimes how it happens. Artists on this list reminded me so much of a current artist. I was like so familiar.
Yes. Ubiquitous. So kind of your basic indie rock is how I think.
Like the singing, I don't know what the word for the singing is. It's not it gets across the emotion.
Yeah. It's just so familiar to me. Like I feel like his songs have been playing on every indie rock station just my whole life, just feeling surrounded by that. And I feel like the description at the top of this whole list is that's what they're describing. They're describing Palace, Bonnie Prince, Billy, and all that. So anyway, what else can we even say about the guy?
Yeah. I don't particularly like the thing they wrote about it, so I'll skip that one.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, good move to 97. The album Rock and Roll by the Maycons, released in 1989. I've heard of them, but this is my first time listening to them. They've recorded so much music that I don't know where to start. There's just so many options. What?
Totally. I've never heard of them. Never seen them. I don't know anything about them. So they have a lot of albums.
Active from the 70s.
Wow. Okay.
A British post-punk band.
They're British. Okay.
Yes. So I listened to, this is the first time me listening to them. I listened to the song that was recommended, Memphis, Egypt. Yeah, it looks like their music developed and changed over time so that it's not a band where they repeated.
Wow.
they were part of scenes that where I know the other bands, and there's a music writer, but he's a baseball writer who's a really big fan of this band, who's seen them live and that they're a very good live band. We can move on.
I mean, I want to just
Or is there more you want
talk about this. Well, there is, but I don't know enough yet. But I'm going to be on my own time researching it because this is a total blind spot for me. But it seems like they're kind of political, and I'm very interested. But for now, let's move on.
Okay. Number 96 is a band I do know.
Yes, I figured you would.
Well. TV on the Radio with their album Return to Cookie Mountain, released in 2006. Their album after this, which is after the time this list was written, is my favorite, which is Dear Science. But Return to Cookie Mountain is also really good. The music's awesome. The vocals are really good. And yeah, they're one of the only bands on this list with a Black vocalist.
That's
the point. It's part of the garage rock revival, part of the post-punk revival. A band I wished to see live, but they went on hiatus pretty soon after I started going to shows. Do you want to play a little bit for who are less familiar with that era?
Yes. When they hit the scene, it was a really big deal, but I had already stopped listening to music, so it didn't matter. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is the whole album that I just loaded on here. So let's just
go with Wolf Like Me.
Okay, let's do that. Because this is the whole album. Wolf Like Me. It's hard to turn off. It's so good.
Yeah.
They're from Brooklyn?
At least that's where they were.
Where they got famous.
Yeah. Part when Brooklyn was really hot, that early 2000s era. Going into a different band, but a great band, the Dismemberment Plan, with their 1999 album Emergency and I. They were a post-hardcore band, sort of in the Fugazi. It's not an album I go to all the time, and it doesn't include my favorite song by them, but...
I've always heard about them. When you say Fugazi, like, that is my favorite band. I mean, I like this list so much better than the last list we did. I'm feeling excited about music again. I think indie rock is kind of my genre. Let's see. Dismemberment Plan. Do you want to listen to any of that? Skip this one. We can skip it.
We can go. I mean, I think they might come up another time. We can maybe play my favorite by them, The Ice of Boston. At number 94, looking at this list I never heard of before.
Right.
Not at all. It is the band Half Japanese. It's their greatest hits. There are some in this list that are actually greatest hits or compilations or singles I was going through this list for the ones I had not heard or hadn't heard in a long time. I was listening to them. This is one I did not get to. The blurb was undeniably difficult and triumphantly messy. It's a 69 quote-unquote song treatise on why talent is for suckers.
I'll say that this is a brothers band. We were talking about family bands earlier. These guys are brothers. And one thing I know is that Kurt Cobain was wearing a Half Japanese t-shirt when he died.
Oh, wow.
That's something to note.
Yeah. So, do you want to play any of it?
Or... We have to because neither of us know them.
Yeah, they might not come up again.
They're not. I don't think they will. They're difficult, so that always makes me wonder. What does that mean to the writer? What is that reputation? Okay, but it's going to be hard to find if I don't know the name of this.
There's a song. Yeah, a song called Charm Life. Maybe we can play that one.
Right. Oh, that sounds familiar. Let's see if I actually know this. I like it. Maybe that's a harmonica. I think that's a harmonica.
Yeah, I'm only hearing it so much. So if it's
right.
Number 93 is definitely a band I would consider difficult and not for everybody. That is the band Big Black with their debut album Atomizer. Steve Albini's band, one of the first industrial music.
Industrial.
Very ugly songs with very difficult subject matter. Do you want to play any of that? Or because this is another case. This is actually maybe the third case so far of a choice where it's not the album I would have picked. Go through this one, and I do like it probably close to as much as I like the other album the one I own on CD. Songs About Fucking.
It's one of their albums.
Yeah, it has a very unique. Both of the album covers are it's definitely one where I had it in my room and my mom I think my mom's pretty open-minded, so but she was going there saying, do you want this songs about fucking album? Yeah, you want to take that with you? It's like, yeah, I do. Manga drawing on it.
Which is cool.
Yeah, their song on the song Bad Penny is probably my favorite of theirs. One of the greatest producers in history. But it's definitely probably the best in alt rock history and indie rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yeah, I mean, he produced for Nirvana. He
Oh,
produced In Utero. Produced for the Breeders, for the Pixies. For PJ Harvey. A very distinct
yeah,
sound.
yeah. Wait a second. Did you say Steve Albini? Wait, are you talking about Albini?
Yeah,
Oh, he's in this?
that's his band. Yeah, he's the vocalist.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, PG Hart. I was like, oh wait, you said Steve Albini at the very beginning. I kind of didn't hear. I heard you say
Okay,
Amy.
yeah, no, I mean,
Yes. Oh, this is his thing. Oh, this.
his
Yeah.
first band. Yeah, he had another band, other bands later, but yeah, this is including Shellac. But yeah, this is his.
Of course.
I mean, then there's Drum Machine that is offbeat. It's very like.
Oh, I gotta hear it.
Do you want to go with Kerosene, or do you want to go off something from the songs about fucking?
Let's do. Well, which one do you recommend?
Bad Penny's my favorite song.
All right, let's do Bad Penny. I love it. I love this. That's really good.
Yeah.
Is there singing or is it all
Yeah,
instrumental?
no, there is singing. Yeah.
Okay. It's a short song. It's a 2-minute, 33-second song.
Yeah. There's songs about difficult subject matter. It's
a difficult album cover. The back of the album cover. That gross old man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then there's songs about.
How old were you when you got this album?
I think it was in college.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
appropriate.
It wasn't like 13 getting into it.
Okay.
But no, yeah, I think I heard about it on a Pitchfork list.
Yes.
And then I also heard a cover. I think it might have been around the same time that an artist that I think if this was made later would probably be on this list, which is St. Vincent. He covered it at I think it was concert celebrating Touch and Go Records, I believe, the Chicago label, the indie label. If we ever end up doing some sort of 2010s list, I would definitely like a chance to talk about St. Vincent. Move on to an artist we both know. Too.
Absolutely. Kill the Poor. Dead Kennedy is one of the
Fresh
greatest
Fruit for
songs.
Rotting Vegetables.
That's right.
Debut album.
Alternate Tentacles.
I don't think it's my favorite. It's not the first one I heard because there was their breakup was very just like a bad breakup, and then I think the rights to Fresh Fruit was different than the later albums. Fresh Fruit has some of their most classic songs.
Kill the Poor, still very relevant to this day.
Yeah,
could be an anthem, aged well.
Quite as much, but it's still really good. Song I heard was California Ubralis, and then one of the first albums I got off of iTunes was Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death, which is their singles collection, which has the single version of the songs are a little bit slower. So I heard a slower version of California Ubralis and Holiday in Cambodia before I heard the fast version. I think we talked about Gilles Biafra before at some point, maybe years ago.
Yes.
Because one that I got into listening to is, I don't know what you call them because they're not podcasts.
His what do they call it? His
spoken word
tour. His spoken word. Yes,
tour,
I had a lot of his spoken word recordings.
I'd find them and listen to them. And
he kind of became known for them after the band. I mean, I would say in the early 2000s, late 90s.
At the same time, there was fake Dead Kennedys with a new singer who was musically, the band was very important to it. The Dead Kennedys without Jello is not the Dead Kennedys.
Oh, it's not.
It's not. There's bands where they can have a new singer and okay, this is gonna be cool, but without Jello, it just does not. It's not real.
He was the band in a sense. And I remember it was during the WTO protests, we were all kind of getting radicalized, and he kind of had this second coming because of this sort of political activism revival. It's political music. It's not the Misfits. He's not just singing about horror movies.
Yeah, although I believe there's Misfits coming up at some point in this list.
Think there will be too. I haven't seen it yet, but I know it'll be there.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about. Yeah, there's songs about real things.
Yes.
This is the first one on the list that I have on vinyl. One thing is they have very iconic album covers.
Yes,
Cars on Fire is part, I think it was taken after the murder of Harvey Milk.
that's
And
right. And then
yeah,
the Starving Child's
yeah,
Hand
Classic
in,
Surgery Disasters album cover, yeah,
yep.
which I also have on vinyl.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
the one I like on vinyl, because I don't listen to my vinyl necessarily enough to need to buy more, but I would like the Bedtime for Democracy, which is their last album, which is a little bit a little bit harder, which is focus of this is disillusion at that point, disillusionment with punk and hardcore, with songs like Chicken Shit Conformist,
Yes.
Triumph of the Swill.
I haven't listened
Yeah,
to that album in probably like 20 years or something.
to a different side of music in a different continent.
Hey,
Go
good,
with
because I don't know anything about this either.
yeah, they're the Chills, their album Kaleidoscope World from 1985. The little description is this New Zealand band, alternately hopeful and shattered early signals, revisited the abandoned halls of 60s party music. The song that they Pink Frost is one you should play. It might be one where you go into a little bit because it does have a sort of build up intro. It's post punk, part of the scene in New Zealand.
Should I play it now? No.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a very lo-fi looking video. Wow. I'm
Yeah,
learning things
yeah, I
today.
know. Yeah, part of
Writing things
the
down.
dead end sounds of a scene associated with Flying Nun Records, with also another band, the Clean, which it might be on this list too. Yeah, the influential on bands like REM, Yola Tango, and
I
Pavement. Yeah,
totally can see that Yellow Tango.
yeah,
Absolutely.
it's really cool. Yeah, this is
Still
something
old and playing. I see pictures of them as old people playing music. I wonder if they're still playing together. And there's a girl in the band, it seems like, or
I
was.
think I believe the singer. I think he died this year. I think he just died. I think that's one of the reasons I had looked up. I'd heard about the record label, but then I heard more about the Chills after. No, he died last. Yeah, I listened through it. I
Oh,
mean, I think I want to dig into the albums more, and not just the single selections. So it's a little bit different than listening to an album where there's like the peaks and valleys and sort of an album compared to just like great singles. Excited to listen to more.
I've never seen a longer list of former members, though. I'll say that.
It's up there with the most. It's probably some of those like '60s bands, the like hippie bands, where it's like
But he's the constant.
yeah, he was the constant in the band. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
There's
is a
definitely
long list of,
there's the
it's like the
famous
fall
yeah,
or something.
the Wikipedia timeline of band
Yeah.
membership, which is I've seen it a few times. There's a list of that of most members of. If I can find one, I will bring that.
Brilliant. What a rabbit hole.
Number 90 is a band I really love,
Oh,
and
how do
I
you
don't
feel
think.
about it? Tell me. Okay.
Oh, I love Animal Collective. Not everything by them. They have some about them. The albums that I don't like. The albums that I like, I really, really love.
You know, one of the guys lives in Asheville and hangs out and produces records and stuff. I forget his
That
name.
makes sense. Yeah, because I think had some like shows that might have, or they maybe DJing.
Yes, there's DJing things that happen. See, if Shane were here, he could really tell us all about it. But I
Yeah,
met him. I don't know what is, because
yeah. A
just
lot of them they have nicknames.
Panda Bear coming over there and
Yeah,
playing
Panda
music in
Bear. Yeah.
Asheville. I think.
So the album on this list is Strawberry Jam. I mean, if this was made 2 years later, it would have been Merriweather Post Pavilion, which I think is their
Yeah.
most well known and like probably most accessible album. But yeah, and then this is the second one that I have on vinyl. I guess it's the first on this list that is really not a guitar band. It's a synth band with a lot of different sounds and like different sampled.
Asking Shane which one lived there anyway.
I think if I look it up, I will probably see immediately which one it is.
I think is it Brian? Because it's a name I don't remember, so it must be. I mean, we got
Yeah,
all the standard names. We got David, Noah, Josh, and Brian.
yeah, I'm looking because I believe I would be able to. I wanted to see them back because one thing I do remember they were known for was that live they would really mostly play what they're working on for the next album.
Oh, right.
So if you went, you wouldn't really hear necessarily what you came for, but you might end up with some really good stuff because I think on the tour before this was released, it was really good because they were playing off of Strawberry Jam. They're working on then. The tour for that, there was the first appearing of Merriweather.
I had
But
these
yeah,
neighbors in 2007 that were like your age. They were really cool and they were obsessed with Animal Collective. Then I bought an album and it was probably one that came out around then. It was okay. I was like,
I mean, because they followed up Merriweather with Centipede HZ, which I did not really like.
okay, I think that was it.
Yeah, that was not as accessible, not as good. I mean, they didn't. I guess if they wanted to, I guess they could have tried to make another, but that's not the direction they decided to go into. I didn't see them until like 2016, and they only played a few songs that I knew, but it was still mostly fun. I mean, I can definitely. This is a band I think that definitely someone could really hate. It's not for everybody, but I think there are songs that I think most people could, or if they gave it a chance, that they could get into. But yeah, I mean, they have a long discography developing over time.
It is long. Avery, the guys, or Avy, or whatever.
Oh, I think that's
Okay, you know what?
Yeah, that's David Portner. Yeah, because they all have Avy Terror, Panda Bear, Geologist, and Deacon. But yeah, they're from Baltimore. They're a Baltimore band too. That's also important. Merriweather Post Pavilion is actually a music venue.
This is so fun. Okay, wait, how do I stop this?
You can reach us at yearendlesspodcast@gmail.com. All music is courtesy of Shane Parrish. Until next time, for my co-host Courtney, I'm William, signing off from the Tar Heel State.